Warning, 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 warning.
This is a Emergency Broadcast. Code Red, here we are. Pick up your iPads, your cell phones, and have me and listen to Uncle the Podcast. Watch out. If you're sitting down for this, or if you're standing up, you better get ready for this, because it's gonna hit the eardrums. Uncle the Podcast. Three.
And Uncle is on the air.
You are listening to Uncle the Broadcast. My name is Aaron. I'm the nephew-in-law. Here with me is the star of the show, Uncle.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. 170...
I think we're past 184.
184.
That sounds right.
But
I think that's right.
And no, we don't have a guest, I suppose.
No, we do, Uncle.
We have a guest.
We do. Yeah, he was on in the first hour. We'll bring him on here in a moment.
Oh, I didn't know.
But first things first, this is Friday night. Uncle, the broadcast is live from the facilities of Ochelli.com.
Yeah.
Doing a live show, right, Uncle?
Doing a live show now.
Cool, huh?
Getting up to that 190 mark.
Working 190. And you know what comes after that. We won't even mention that.
No.
You can call in. The call-in number.
What's the number there, sidekick?
It's 319-527-5016. We would love to have you on the line. Talk with us. Talk with our guest. Join in the conversation. Again, the number is 319-527-5016. Uncle, you want to hear a little bit about our guest?
Yeah, who is he? And what's his name?
He is a musician based out of Utah. His group is called Quicksand Soup. He wrote a book, which I really like. Real is Good is the name of the book. And he's just an interesting guy. He's a cool guy. We were talking about technology and Bill Gates in the first hour, so it was crazy, Uncle. But the guest's name is Sand Sheff. Sand, are you there?
Sand, are you there?
I am here. Hey, Uncle. Hi, Aaron.
Howdy.
Now, Sand, you were on the Uncle Show once before, were you not?
Were you?
I was in the Uncle Show. It seems like it was a long time ago.
You know, I had so many guests, I don't even know the names of half of them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's getting to a point that I know they were there, but I don't know the names and forgot where they've been.
They say your mind can only remember I forget a couple hundred names of people, and then you start forgetting them.
You keep giving the guest out at a certain time. You can keep doing that, and it starts flaking away, is what they say.
Yeah, it'll flake right off like the dandruff on your head. Yep. Yeah. That Selsun Blue isn't going to fix that kind of flake. Sand, it's great to it's great to have you back here on the Uncle Show, and I think it's nice to kind of unwind from the last hour. Things got incredibly heavy, which is good, but at ease, Sand. I'll say that now is the time to kind of kick back and relax, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, with that.
Got it.
Thought I wouldn't have a. I had a difficult with his wife, and I didn't know if I was going to have a show tonight.
There have been some trials, tribulations, and quarrels in the house this week. That's for sure.
I thought I didn't.
Darn it!
Didn't know what was going to happen, and
you made it here, Uncle.
I didn't know I was going to have one. I said serious.
Yeah.
I didn't want to say don't have one for it. That's me one time, but.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're here, and then we even have a beer here. I think we're gonna mix a beer review into this show, if you don't mind. Here, Sand.
Man, it looks like a Chinese one.
It is.
You're having a beer?
Yeah, we're gonna have a beer. What we do on the show here sometimes is I'll go to the dollar.
To have one on air.
Yeah.
But what I do is.
What do we do, Uncle?
Yes. You have one?
You
have a drink? A drink. Well, wait a minute. We make sure the Jess has a drink.
Sand, do you have a drink? If you do, feel free to have one. That'd be great.
You to have one, because if he comes out
I'm going to go ahead and nurse this IPA while we talk.
There we go.
Well,
I
at
like
least
that.
he
I
got
like
some.
that.
But what I do is I test it 1 to 10. What was that?
Yeah, I typically buy a beer from the dollar store.
Yeah.
And
This is one
then
that-
we'll drink it on air. We'll say how we like it, and we'll give it a rating 1 to 10.
1 to 10.
So
What beer are you gonna be drinking tonight?
Well, tonight's a little different. This isn't from the dollar store, but I got
Is
it
it?
from 99 Ranch.
Oh, you went to that ranch
I
store.
went back to 99 Ranch. I did. So
Is it a
that's
cheap one?
it's this is
I don't want expensive beer now. Remember, when I do my testing, I don't want to have you break out your cash.
yeah. Well, not to worry,
Sorry,
Uncle.
Jake.
This was one of the cheapest beers they had at 99 Ranch, which is an Asian grocery market. And this is a Taiwan beer. It's not the Taiwan beer, which we've already reviewed, but it's called Super Fresh Lager Beer. It says on the can, it just says beer on the can. It has this, I guess, Taiwanese character on the front. I guess that means beer. I don't know, but it's cool because it's just a white can with yellow. It looks like the Uncle the Podcast logo, doesn't it, Uncle? The colors, same colors.
Oh, yeah. Wait, I didn't even notice my colors.
So the white.
My colors are white. What are you talking about?
Well, this is white
black.
and black with the gold behind it, just like your logo.
Yeah.
So it looks like that. It just says beer. It says Song Beer on the side. It says Taiwan Beer Song Beer. And it's brewed and canned by Taiwan Tobacco and Liquor Corporation. So we're going to drink this
Well,
stuff.
Gates owns that too.
Does he really? Are you being serious?
No.
Okay, thank God. Yeah, I was nearly terrified. I'm like, geez Louise, he's gone international in the beer industry.
You never know, though.
That's why I was scared. I wasn't like nothing surprises me.
I haven't actually. I can't say he doesn't actually.
Uncle, we were talking about Bill Gates in the previous hour. What do you think about
Gates. Now, is he a runner?
that? He's the guy. He's the guy that made Microsoft Windows.
Oh, wait a minute.
Here, I can help you with this.
Window. That's the guy with the gas and the electric. No, when the guy
Well,
with the electric.
it's basically a utility, isn't it? It's the he's a computer guy. He's a computer guy.
Uncle was getting close there. He was thinking Elon Musk. That's what the problem was there.
Oh, got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yep.
That's right. Because I haven't talked to him lately, and I would like to get back with him. You're talking about.
Get back with Elon Musk, of course. Yeah, it'd be good.
About this train cars
Yeah, I know.
we need.
So,
It seems small.
so we've got our beer. Sand, would you like to tell us what beer you're drinking and
what
give
can
us
you drink?
tell us what it is? Could you do that?
You know what? This is a pretty good beer, Aaron. I don't mind advertising it. It's sort of a local area brewery, and it's called Johnny's IPA. It comes in this tall can. It's a 16-ouncer. It's kind of red, white, and blue. So it's good though. It's good. And then I mostly have Budweiser.
Okay.
You know, when this runs out, I'll go to
Nice.
Budweiser.
Yeah, everybody's got their go-to one. That's for you. It's that. And this is just a weird one-off. This Taiwan beer, this song beer, if you will. So we're gonna
Let's drink.
let's take a drink. A song beer for the musical artist on the show. That makes sense.
There you
Okay,
go.
let's all tip our glass. Cheers to your health.
Cheers, Sam.
Absolutely. And while you guys are taking your drink, I want to remind people they can call in at 319-527-5016. 319-527-5016. Hey, Mr. Sheff there, I got a question, actually. Your go-to is Budweiser. Okay, so you and I got something in common there. Have you noticed, though, that it's getting harder and harder to find the ice brewed Bud?
I don't even see it. I don't think they stocked it here for a while. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. Only thing I know is that the price has gotten significantly cheaper, like just lately. Like I'm serious. Just like since COVID started, they cut it down to $10.99 a 12-pack around here. Well, that's pretty good.
That's not bad, yeah.
So there's been some. They're getting it out there. So I'm happy about that. And I don't know the correlation, but no, I haven't seen it. I know what you're talking about, but I haven't seen that here for a while. You're absolutely right. I just don't know what happened to that.
It's one of those
Maybe
ones.
they didn't work out.
I don't know. It was there for years, and now it just seems to be scarce, and I don't know what happened. But I was just curious. And again, just buying time while these guys let the beer tickle their palate, and there you go. Aaron,
Yeah.
where are you standing with this? Is this a shocker? Have you ever had this beer before?
I have never had this beer. I mean, I got it because it was interesting. It was low price, and it's just weird. You know, it's a weird beer. It's in a can. I don't know if I noticed. It's just a plain white can. It's got some gold on there, and then it's got this black character on it, and it just says beer. And I've always had this thing where you see all these like stock images, and there will be somebody like drinking a beer. There will be a beer, and it'll just be like a plain white can, and all it says is beer on it. You know, I think everybody's seen an image like that. I've just always been fascinated by that, and I've always wished that I could have that beer from the stock image. So the closest I could ever get to it, I always like want to do that, and this gets darn close. It just kind of says beer, and it's got some writing on it. It kind of goes on and on with the weird writing, but it's close to that idyllic beer. Tastes pretty good too, I gotta
The
say.
old beer.
Have you seen that
I
image,
remember
Sand?
beer.
Have you ever
Just
seen?
beer, white beer with a black?
Yeah.
They had it for sale when I was a kid.
So it was a real thing then.
There was It was generic beer.
It's not
Oh, yeah,
just
they had
it's not just a
generic
fable.
beer.
How did they get a
It
giraffe
just
beer?
said beer on it with a white can.
Yeah.
You know that would
Absolutely.
be.
Nice.
Excuse me. I
And
just.
there was a generic time when generic things actually just had to have white with black lettering. You know, and it
Really?
would be all these various things, you know, that would be for sale, like that macaroni and cheese, right? and beer.
beer, yeah, beer. Nice. Okay, so it's not
It
just
was
a legend.
simpler time.
Yeah, Aaron,
yes.
Aaron might be a little too young for that. I bet your uncle remembers when there was white boxes or white cans with black lettering, and that was it. It just said what it was. The oddest one was the peanut butter you had to open with a can opener. That's a real thing. I'm not kidding.
It's like a tuna fish can.
Yeah, remember it
you're
just
talking
said
about like a
tuna
tuna
fish,
fish can, Jack.
right? It just
It
said
was like a tuna fish can.
Yeah.
And when you start opening up the can, it start opening up and it goes round. It was like a tuna fish can.
Yeah,
You're
but
talking
it's
about
peanut
that.
butter. Yeah,
But
don't
it- but
true
it's-
story.
Yeah.
don't mix it with mayonnaise unless you really want to.
No, that's
That's like
my stomach's recipe, not yours.
It does,
Let me
yes.
tell you something, people.
tell them.
I've put stuff on Instagram,
Yes, there's
and
a few.
of course, you guys must have seen them,
There's a few photos.
about me eating mayonnaise and peanut butter.
Yeah.
Now, I've had a couple of sandwiches like that
Yes.
and shot them on video.
Yes.
Have you guys seen it yet?
Yeah.
I'm asking these guys, not you, sidekick.
Have you seen them?
Have I seen it?
Yes, Sand. Have you seen
No,
them?
I haven't seen Uncle eating a mayonnaise peanut butter sandwich.
Well,
Haven't seen that
we have.
video.
You gotta go into.
You gotta go to
the
the Instagram.
Instagram.
It's important.
Go to the
It's important.
Instagrams. Both of you.
Okay.
Go to the Instagrams.
I don't have it, but I'll look around for it.
and you'll see it because I know he put them on.
Throw some bananas on there, you could be Elvis.
Yeah.
But
So-
everybody in this house does not like that combo.
Yeah,
Are
Uncle.
you eating it during the video? Do you eat the sandwich during the video?
Well-
or you just make it.
I just made it and showed it, but that's what
We
I've been-
did do a video years
did?
back when we were in Orange. We made a video of you making a sandwich and eating it, and then
did?
since then, every now and then you'll make a very interesting sandwich for lunch, and I'll be like, okay, we gotta get a photo of this, and we'll
He
put it on
keeps- He
Instagram.
keeps saying that.
So we did one a couple weeks back. If anybody wants to check out Uncle Podcast on Instagram, you can see.
But you have to go
that
into
sandwich.
it for a while.
You got to get in
find
there.
the Instagram thing.
You'll
You have
find
to
it.
Get the
You'll
Instagram,
find it.
but you will find it in there.
It's in there. Yeah.
How is my thing coming?
It's coming good. Chuck dropped an image of the old beer. That's the image that I had in my head. It's not too far removed from
I
this.
already got it in my brain. I know exactly what it looks like. And it would be against a background that would be appropriate, like paneling or something.
yeah, that would be good. The wood panels. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, do you remember Do you remember
handling
the
in a
taste?
generic beer, and then
Generic beer. You know, his wife, though, loves a certain beer.
Yeah.
Now, if it was just Brazilic, oh, she'd go crazy.
Oh yeah.
She'd go crazy for it.
We all have our favorites. Yeah.
I mean, it's the organic stuff that
Organic
beer.
organic beer.
Guys
That's where it's at.
Have these like that.
Mm-hmm.
I am surprised at that, though. Why would they have that organic? Because I know they have them with food, but with beer, that'd be something over the edge.
Did you ever drink one of those beers, Sand? Have you ever had one of them?
oh yeah, absolutely. They would be at the towards the beginning of my experimenting with alcohol.
Sure.
In like early teens when that kind of stuff was around. But there were still pretty significant generic products and even generic beer. I would think until late 90s here and there in certain spots you could get generic shit.
Nice.
Maybe it was early 90s, somewhere in there, though. I remember macaroni and cheese and that kind of stuff, and then seeing beer even when I was in early 20s and maybe later. I don't know. But yeah, I drank generic beer. But mostly, even then, it was kind of for the just for the factor that you're drinking a white can that said beer on it, right? Because it's funny.
Nice.
That's mostly why you drink. Because
my-
there's other beers that were just as cheap, right?
Sure.
That didn't
It's
say
my-
beer on, but sometimes you just buy it.
Actually, it's my colors.
Here's an interesting question though. Is Aaron, when you lived in Pennsylvania, did you ever try American beer, which was the absolute cheapest thing in the Lehigh Valley when I was there?
Oh, it was called American beer?
Oh, you never saw American beer?
I haven't had American beer. No, I don't know that one.
All right. Maybe other guys, maybe I'm the only one. I don't know. Maybe you guys have had American beer. It's yeah.
Oh, it sounds good.
Is it red and white? Is it red and white?
It's red, white, and blue.
Just Taiwanese beer that Aaron's drinking right now.
It's red, white, and blue, and I'll tell you this: in 1992 or 93, it was like $7 or $6 a case. So it was beautiful.
Nice. American beer. Never had that one.
Yeah.
Since we're talking about this beer,
Yeah.
let's just grade it. Well, since we've
okay.
yapping
Well,
about all this stuff. Okay, who's the first talker here? The guest, not you.
yeah.
Sidekick.
Hey. Well, that's a first. Yep. Sand.
Sam,
It's on you.
it's on you.
You're now
am I
is
supposed
the
to
time
talk
has
about?
come. The time has come where you must rate your beer.
Great time.
You may say a little bit
Oh.
about how you like it first, but then you have to give it a rating 1 to 10 on how much you like it. 10 being the best, of course.
Right. Well, it's called Johnny's IPA, and it probably says on the can what I'm supposed to say, like bold, full flavored or something like that. But it's kind of like got that little bite to it, but it doesn't as long as it doesn't taste like bad metal, they kind of win me over. So this one's like, I'd give it a 7.
Nice. That's pretty good. Okay. 7.
Well,
There
it
you
was
go.
a good beer.
Okay, cool. And that was called
Hey, you're
Johnny's
next in, Aaron, I
IPA?
guess.
Yeah, okay.
Johnny's IPA.
Johnny's IPA gets a 7 from Sand.
My name.
Yeah, it is. Uncle John. Johnny. Yeah, okay. So, again, this is super fresh lager beer, song beer, I suppose, imported by SSC International Incorporated, and comes in a can, 12-ounce can.
Subsidiary of Gates.
Yeah, subsidiary of Gates Industries International. Bill Gates getting into the alcohol business now. He can't help himself. I think this is good, Uncle. I think this tastes really, really good. This is my kind of beer. I like lager beers. I like pilsners, as you know. I love beers that taste like this. So I'm into it, and it's a good one. So I'm gonna give this. Oh boy, I want to go high. I'm giving it a 9 for what it is. I'm giving it a 9. It's a good beer that I might get again. I'm
How
surprised.
much did it cost you?
It was a 6-pack, and it was no more than $1 a beer. I don't think so. It was about $6 or so, somewhere around there.
That's reasonable.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
Oh, as long as there's tea, I don't mind. But like I said, I don't like you spending a lot.
Well, I didn't, Uncle. So don't worry. You can rest easy tonight.
One number up.
Oh, that's what you're rating it? One number up?
Big 10.
Oh, boy.
I could never believe that I would rate the colors of my cards being what the number. But it's a 10.
No one saw this coming.
No, it didn't.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nobody saw it coming. I mean, this was good. I mean, all the ones I've been drinking, they were down to a 9, to a 6, to a 4, to a 5.
Mm-hmm.
But this one, it's gone up there.
Now, this might be too much. But I've got to request this at least, Sand. I know you don't have your guitar with you, but maybe a cappella. Would you be able to just briefly improvise a song in honor of Song Beer? Is that too much? Am I putting you on the spot here?
A song beer?
Yeah, just a quick little,
okay.
maybe a quick jingle or something. I don't know.
Right.
Any old thing.
You ought to have a drink of this. It's not the favorite of the communists, but it's Taiwan beer, song beer, in the clear, $6 right here. There you go.
Nice. All right.
That's good.
Man.
This guy can sing.
The communists don't probably like that beer because it's Taiwanese.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Yeah, that's the other thing. Then you hit that.
They're at odds with
Chinese
it.
Beer is tastier. I gotta say, if you go to Chinese beer or the Chinese, they got a better tasting of food and now drinks. That's crazy.
But this is Taiwanese, so that's the distinction here, Uncle.
Tiny for another state, out of the United States.
That's
what we're talking about.
It's in the
here.
same hemisphere, that's for sure. And
Well,
thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you're saying, Uncle is saying that they do know about how to make things taste good over there, right?
That's the point. Yeah, that's my
Sure.
point. That's exactly what I'm
They
saying.
do. They for
do.
some reason, probably because they've been around for so long, they know how to make things taste good. Any
Well-
Chinese buffet proof, right?
And of course, the Chinese food, for example,
Yeah.
that we've eaten a lot of,
It's good.
it comes from them.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
it's very tasty too.
All right.
I mean,
I'm sold. I like it. I'm there.
I'm surprised.
Well, General So chicken, for instance, right, or whatever they call that stuff.
That's one of them. There's the again, you get them at every Chinese restaurant has their iteration of it. The General Tso's chicken, the Kung Pao chicken, the
Kung
beef.
Pao chicken,
Yeah.
which has got the great name too, right?
Yeah. George likes
They
his
have
chicken
good
spicy.
names and they taste good.
All
Yeah,
that.
They probably should just go ahead and be the dominant culture. The food's so darn good.
Yeah.
Well, they're working on it, so it maybe one day, not too long from now. So you don't have to wait too very long, probably. But yeah, I really thank you for the song, Sam.
Yeah,
that
thank you
was
for
that
the
was a
song.
lot of fun.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Oh well, yeah, I don't have my guitar with me. I just kind of throwing it out there. But if they really need a jingle, I work by the hour for that kind of stuff. So they give them a shout. If you love it, you should go to their website and tell them how much you love it. Tell them somebody writes jingles.
There we go.
Yeah, maybe
Write
do
jingle
that.
for anybody.
I like that. That's a question, Stan. Have you done jingles for products or for like radio spots or anything? Have you done that in your career?
Well, I've done jingles before for like on real custom sort of things. I did one for a pizza place one time. Oh, I can't remember what pizza. Well, I can't remember the name of it. But then there was I did one for like a couple of events. There was a pumpkin chucking event here where you get the different kind of catapults that throw pumpkins and see how far you can throw them.
Yeah.
And I advertised it with the ladies from the Youth Garden Project that were putting it on. We did one of those pumpkin chucking. So yeah, I've done a few jingles here and there. And then, I did a radio, a musical comedy back in Austin called Tech-Centric Radio Hour. And that had lots of jingles in it, kind of like that Prairie Home Companion have jingles. So I'd write jingles for things like, that were all Texas-based, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like True Towelettes.
Yeah.
Texas True Towelettes, where you wipe the red off their neck and all this stuff. Anyway, it was just silly stuff. Armadillo Clean, where where you have to clean the armadillo off the driveway and all this. You know, just kind of funny stuff.
That's cool. I do remember those. I remember that show, Sandy. You showed me that before. I remember a couple of those. It's been a while since I listened to that, but I do recall that. Yeah, those were cool.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, you know, I'm into songs. It's funny. You know, I wish people did jingles more. I did a whole album's worth of stuff because my friend was going to be in this reality TV show called Rocky Mountain Bounty Hunter. You ever see Rocky Mountain Bounty Hunter?
I haven't. No.
I haven't.
No. It was on Discovery for 2 seasons, right? And he's my friend. He lived over across the way over in Colorado, Clint Simmons, and he got on Rocky Mountain Bounty Hunter. He's like, you gotta give us a theme song. So I went and made a bunch of theme songs and all these songs. And when they actually made the show, they just had that kind of canned music in the background, like, you know what I mean? They didn't need a theme song. So.
Got it.
But I'll just write for any darn reason.
Nice.
You know, when I'm on something, if I got a reason, then I really like to give it a shot. It's fun.
Nice. All right. Well, the song Beer was a good reason tonight, I gotta say. So yeah, I mean, it was just asking for it with a name like that.
I didn't realize the color. You just mentioned the colors on these.
Yeah, we gotta put this on Instagram.
This has got to be on Instagram.
It's gotta be
the color of it because it's the same as my cards.
It's the same.
That if I have on my cards, my gold cards. Yeah. Back, did you get any? We got a load of them.
The last time that we were on this is kind of funny because when I was on it seemed like there talk sports a lot. You know, we talked about a lot of sports, and I was just thinking about, well, it's too bad we can't talk about some sports, but there is no sports to talk about.
Yeah.
How's that going for you, Uncle? What do you think about the fact that there's not any sports going on?
It's crazy, but I'm listening. I've got me another system. I've got me a series of shows that I'm watching that has series of them. I mean, they don't say, for example, I have this Supergirl that I'm watching, and it's a series of it.
There we go.
That's how I watch them now. I don't watch them one at a time. Like, his kids watches like a cartoon show.
Oh yeah.
And it's only one show. But no, I go for a whole series of them. Yeah, I look for that. That's
binge watch it.
That's what I look for.
Yeah, that's what it's
now
for.
Now that I have no cable on my TV, I just have that, and I listen it that way.
Yeah, lots of series out there these days. There are a ton of them. Lots of them to be watched.
People are always mentioning things that I've never even heard of. They're saying I watch a lot of this or that. They got a lot of series out there.
Oh goodness, yes.
Oh, and by the way, we went on a trip a couple of Saturdays ago. We took a picture.
Yeah, the camping trip.
Camping trip, and I gave him a picture for Chuck to see this the head I'm wearing.
It's in the chat room right now.
It's in the chat room.
Yeah, Chuck dropped it in the Ochelli.com chat room. You can see Uncle wearing the Ochelli Effect hat.
555 hat.
It's a fine picture. Yeah. And of course, there's a picture on Instagram too. And
it is on Instagram.
I see that creative accidents. To answer your question, I didn't check my mailbox yet, but when I do, I know that you sent some tea. I can't wait to get it. We're gonna drink it. Maybe we'll drink that on air. It'll keep me up all night, but it'll be worth it. Well, we can do a tea test.
We can do a tea test.
We'll do a tea test on air.
I do want to have a different size of tea.
That's what we'll do.
I would drink more tea in something than I would drink coffee. And that from now on.
Yeah.
But these women, I'm telling you, they drink caffeine like it come out of their heads.
Yeah, so we'll have to give them some too.
Give them the caffeine.
if it's good enough for them. They're coffee drinkers.
They're coffee drinkers, period. You're not gonna get away from
We love the tea.
A woman is not gonna get away from their coffee. You should know that, dear sidekick.
Okay, I'm learning. Yeah, so thank you, Creative Actions. Can't wait to drink that, and we'll have to make it the tea test here on here.
We'll make it a tea test.
So see, we like to change things up, Sand. We don't always do the same thing. We like to.
I've been thinking of doing a wine test, actually.
Sure.
A New Year's Revolution thing.
Sure.
I would like to try that.
Yeah. Have I told you about the New Year's show, Sand?
Oh yes.
The New Year's show we do every year.
I've heard about it. So tell me about that. Tell me about it again.
Well, every New Year's Eve we do a live show. Well, the past 2 years have been live because Chuck is there producing, and the last 2 years they've been 4-hour-long live shows.
They were 4 hours.
Do you count down? Do you get to do Pacific time? New
Oh
Year's?
yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
We start early enough to be there for the Eastern, and we go across the entire
state.
the
country.
continental U.S.
Oh,
yeah.
The whole place, the whole board of wax.
And we end with
Like
our
Big
New
Mark's
Year's
Rock
here.
New Year's Eve.
And we wound up ending it here at our end of the year, like he said.
Yeah.
End of it.
Yeah, so we just have tons of guests on. A lot of people call in. We'll have to have you on if you can make it here this coming year.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. It'd be fun to celebrate New Year's with you.
In fact, the first time
It'd be all right if I'd be around the bonfire with a bunch of crazy yahoos.
Exactly. Yeah.
Anything.
We like to encourage people just to call in from where they're celebrating New Year's, and they can give us like a little report, like, "Oh, I'm here again at the bonfire. My friends are here," and so we'll have whether it be past guests like yourself or just like a friends of ours, and they call in like, "Oh yeah, we're calling from this or that city, and this is what we're doing." So that's great.
Well, that'd be fun. It's always really cold here. We usually have snow on the ground, and we usually have a bonfire. So that's what we usually do around here. So that'd be fun. I'd love to just check in. I'd probably have you might get to talk to a whole bunch of different people.
Yes, that would not be the first time.
Point of view.
Right.
Yeah, that would be good.
There is if something hit me with what was I going to say?
With your best shot?
With that wants to be having every.
Fire away.
I completely forgot what I was going to say.
It's okay.
I was talking away, and I forgot what I was.
We're getting too
say.
excited here.
Yeah.
San, do you know?
Pat Benatar.
Yeah, Pat Benatar, right?
I was thinking about.
Well, love is a
Pat
battlefield,
Benatar.
so
Yeah.
You know what? I have a story. Go ahead, Uncle. I'm sorry. I'll tell my story later.
That was.
Yeah.
The first year that I did it, we had so many guests, right? And of course they're saying, "Here's the baby."
Yes,
here
New
I'm
Year's
talking
baby, yes.
to this baby.
We had a baby on air.
I know when they were yapping about this baby talking, and I'm saying, "Now wait a minute, who is this baby?" And he kept on talking back at me, back and forth.
It gets crazy.
I was doing more of the talking with this baby. Now you weren't. You were just saying, "Who are you?" and all this stuff. It was crazy. That was the first one, I think it was, wasn't it?
That was the first 4-hour live show we did. Yeah.
First live show, yeah.
It was. That was 2 years ago. Huh?
Yeah, that was it. 2 years ago.
Good times. Yeah.
I'm just letting you know that.
So yeah. So
one of them.
do, if you can, I'll have to remind you, Sand, and do just keep in the back of your mind when New Year's rolls around, New Year's Eve, can be having a party at least join the party here for a minute here on Uncle the Broadcast.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. I'm already. I'll just make it happen this year. We'll make sure we stay in touch during the next few months. Be good.
Yeah.
I just have to have Chuck be. Hope he's awake.
Chuck is very good. Chuck,
Very
because it's very late on the East Coast,
East
and he
Coast for
stays
him,
up.
though.
Yeah, every year.
East Coast for him is after 12, isn't it?
Yeah, is that so, Chuck?
Is that it, Chuck?
Oh yeah. Well, by the time it gets to midnight where you are, it's 3 a.m. here. So yeah.
That's late.
It's crazy.
Difference in sort of says, but
that's the thing. We wish a happy New Year to every time zone in the continental U.S. So that's the way it rolls.
That's great. Yeah, that's the way those New Year's shows. That's good stuff right there.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. So, thank you to Chuck for being there every year, and looking forward to another one this year.
And all these other drinks that we drink, besides beer,
we have a couple on New Year's. That's for sure.
That's the other thing. Yeah. We have so many lined up. Okay, what do you think we're gonna have for New Year's this year? And we're picking out what we're picking.
Although I got to say it's fairly modest on our end for New Year's. We don't go too crazy, but we do have a couple drinks to be sure, and we bring the reviews out and all that. So yeah, we'll have something this year.
I want to review though, whatever comes up, what we drink, I want to review them.
Okay.
Something different.
Okay. Well, there's plenty of different things to be found out there.
And what we drink, we'll review.
Creative Accidents is bringing up the dreaded Santa wine.
Santa wine. Oh, no,
Santa
that's
wine,
Santa
yeah.
wine.
Not good.
Oh, you did hear a sidekick over here. Had wine, that Santa Claus wine.
Yeah.
Next morning, he was sick as a dog.
Made me sick. That was dollar store wine sand. It didn't.
That's the first time ever heard of him.
I didn't stomach it well.
Ever had a stoppage.
That's the problems of that.
I knew that.
Yeah, you're way better off with cheap beer than cheap wine. Cheap wine's bad.
Yeah, man.
Wine's bad stuff.
Dollar store wine. You're lucky you're not blinder than me right now, Aaron. Jeez. What are you doing?
We're taking risks. What can I say? It was for the podcast.
I hear you. Hey, listen, we got somebody wants to Skype in from Canada, if you don't mind.
Go ahead. Bring him in.
It's great.
Hey, we got a Canada guy.
So let's add them in and see how that works out.
Like that.
Okay. All right.
Canada. This is interesting. I wonder if it's Matt.
Caller.
Caller.
What's your name? We know you're calling from Canada.
Yeah, Canada.
Good day. This is Robin from Victoria.
Robin, great to have you back.
Robin's back.
Absolutely. How you guys doing?
What have you
Good.
been
Hello,
up to?
Sam. Is Sam still with us?
Sam?
Yeah, I'm over here.
He's over there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that I just got to ask, is that your given name?
That's my birth name. Yep. Just Sand.
Okay.
S-A-N-D. My brother's name was Clay.
Okay. Interesting. You're
Nice.
very earthy parents.
Oh.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, no, I've been enjoying your and Aaron's back and forth on the earlier show there, and now just getting into the good beers with Uncle. Uncle, how you doing?
Fine. We've had a interesting thing. Of course, we still have this big problem on our hands.
Absolutely.
We do.
Still standing here waiting. We're sitting at home.
Thankfully,
Oh,
Vancouver
yes.
Island has not recorded any new cases for
No new cases?
maybe five days or something here.
Really? Okay.
So,
So
got
things
our
are good
little,
up there?
yeah, we got our little safety zone up here. People are hugging again to some degree.
Oh, good.
That's
Still,
nice.
still cautiously. But yeah,
Right.
also, we're doing pretty well. Today it's kind of cooler and raining, but go ahead, Sam.
Oh, that sounds good.
Oh.
I was just wondering what the general vibe is up there in Canada, how people are feeling. Are they starting to, I know everybody's been in the same sort of situation. Just wondering if everybody's kind of relaxing a little bit, in their spirits and feeling confident, or what people feeling like up in Canada right now.
Yeah, well, like I said, on the island here, this is kind of my only perspective, but I don't know if you're familiar with on the west coast of Canada here, the capital of British Columbia. But yeah,
So
people
are you how far north of Vancouver are you?
It's actually south of Vancouver. We're actually below the 49th parallel, and but yes, it's definitely people are getting back. There's a lot more traffic out there. People are getting out and about. Restaurants are opening up to a degree with physical distancing going on. Some restaurants, the waiters and waitresses are wearing masks. Some of them aren't. So it's good to see people getting back out and about there, reducing the fear factor and all that. But unfortunately, my grandma's still stuck in a retirement home where we're not allowed to visit. So that's been the hardest thing to deal with personally. But
Hey, Robin,
Hard for her.
yeah, Robin, you mind if I ask you a question about Canadian geography? Maybe you can help me out here.
okay, I'll do my best. Yeah.
Well, I see an unusual little cluster of listeners in a place called Barrie.
Okay, Barrie, Ontario. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen that before.
Not sure why that would be either. No. Shout out to the Barrie Ontarians.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's
Shout out
just
to those guys.
it's just odd because I see you, Victoria, BC. Because I can see the general location of a lot of the people that are listening. We have listeners in the Netherlands, the UK, throughout the USA. Let's see, some in California tonight, thankfully. Houston, Texas, Shelton, Washington. I mean, I'm just giving you a general random reading of it, but it's unusual to see a lot of times. I've joked with these guys that they chase away the Canadian listeners outside of you.
Right. Well, we're somehow maybe the street team that I've not been very active at, but some other street teams, maybe they're getting it out there in Ontario.
Yeah, the other side of the country there.
Well, as long as they got my cons,
Perth,
to it.
Perth, Australia as well. I'm not even sure what day it is in Australia, but Perth, Australia is also.
Hey, shout out to all these international folks.
Yeah.
That's good to hear. No, Ontario. I've never been to Ontario myself. I don't plan on it, but if I ever did, I'd do the train across Canada. Probably that would be a cool way.
Oh, sure.
Don't keep.
I hate to bring it up, but you know that Bill Gates owns a big chunk of the Canadian National Railway. I just found that out today.
I was not familiar.
I'm not kidding you. I was like, of all the things, I mean, he owns like $3 billion worth of the Canadian National Railway.
Wow.
No kidding.
That is pretty fascinating. Guy's got his hands in every pie, I suppose.
Robin, did you hear I know that you listened to the previous hour. Do you have any comments or questions based on that?
I heard 3/4 of it. I was kind of busy puttering around, so I can't say specifically any comments on that. But I do have one, though, regarding mayonnaise. Someone told me the other day, because I was talking about having a grilled cheese sandwich, and they said that their brother or somebody they knew puts, instead of butter on the outside of their grilled cheese to fry it, they actually use mayonnaise.
Well, that's
which
something.
I found pretty interesting.
Very interesting.
I'm interested.
That's unusual. I've seen that done.
Okay. Interesting. What's your opinion of that?
Southern thing to do.
Okay.
My opinion of it, I'm not a fan, but I've eaten them that way. It's like grease, right? You know?
Yeah.
Like
It is oily, so yeah. Yeah, I think you'd want to put a pretty thin layer, not your standard sandwich.
See, since you guys are talking mayonnaise, though, I got a weird question for everybody, because people put and don't you even dare bring up that ranch dressing again. But listen, the thing is,
only with guests from Ohio.
The pizza.
I'm a
you
fan.
guys
up here in Canada, we love the ranch.
Savages.
Okay,
Anyways,
ranch.
so I understand putting mayonnaise on like a bologna and cheese sandwich, but there are people that actually put mayonnaise on hot dogs.
That's not a new experience. This is for. Let me explain something to you people.
Okay.
Tell them, Uncle.
Please.
This is for the stomachs only. Menu for the stomachs. But if you get a lady in there talking about it, of course they'd say, and all this crazy stuff. That's what they'll say.
The women can't handle it? Is that?
No, they cannot.
Is that true?
Women don't like mayonnaise?
I guess not.
Not in a mixture.
Oh, okay.
Not in a mixture.
That's a new one for me.
I didn't know that either.
Like, only in tuna
Maybe that's
fish
why I've
sauce.
been losing girlfriends and stuff. I've been making them these mixed sandwiches,
That could be.
and that's just the last straw.
Yeah, that could be. Who knows?
No, I'm gonna try.
They don't like tartar sauce that much.
Okay, I'm gonna try this mayonnaise grilled cheese method, and I'll report back next week. I'll give a call in, and
Nice.
I can report back on that one.
That'll be your review for the show, Robin. We'll
Yeah,
have
so
our
yeah,
own reviews.
I was gonna say I don't have any beer with me at the time, but I up in Canada we enjoy our cannabis, so I'm having some Pink Kush this evening. So that's highly recommended if you'd like to relax,
There you go.
calm down, and just soak into a nice grilled cheese sandwich. You know.
Yeah, that would help with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's this we got on the news?
But nice to talk to you guys. I'll let you go for your last few minutes here. And,
All right, Robin.
Have a great evening. Nice
Take
to
care,
meet you,
Robin.
Sand. Chuck,
Nice to meet you too,
Uncle. Have a great evening.
Too.
Cheerio.
All right.
Take care, Robin.
Great to hear from Robin, as always, a regular
Yeah,
caller.
I have 2 on my team. I had 2.
Nope.
I'm up on you.
You got me, Uncle.
I got you
me.
tonight.
He beat me in caller numbers,
on
caller
number
volume. Mm-hmm. Oh, well.
Well, let's see.
We're-
We got something on the menu here.
Oh, you're looking at so
Looking
there's
at something.
all sorts of images flying around the chat room. And,
Chat room? The chat room's talking again.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
banging the balls.
There's a lot of beer images we're seeing. The old generic
wow.
beer images are just flooding the chat room. They're wonderful. I'm happy to know it was a real thing after all. Yeah. I thought it was just a weird stock image from my weird memory, and that's it. But
Yeah.
it's a real thing.
Well, it is that too.
So, how do you like my picture there, Chuck?
Oh, great. That was absolutely great. And listen, even though it's 5 minutes to 11 here on the 5 minutes to midnight, here on the East Coast, apparently it's 5 minutes to noon Saturday in Australia, just so we clarify that. Anyway, those pictures of you were great. Do you know you've already been added to the little ad that I put out for the hats, Uncle? Have you seen that yet?
No.
Where is that posted to your Twitter, Chuck?
Well, I keep reposting to the Twitter every time somebody sends me a picture. I cut them out kind of crudely and add them to the thing. So far, we got Creative Accidents was recently added there.
Here you go, Uncle.
A lot of guys not showing their face, right? Vince
How do you
Easley.
How do you like my beer?
Yeah, Uncle. Of course, Pierce is there. Me and Frankie are on there, right?
I see you two. Yeah.
Yeah, and regular Joe and a whole bunch of guys, that you might know from either your show or mine, or both. Captain Trips, he's on there. There's
here we go.
10 people right now.
Yeah, that's a lot of people on there. Yeah.
Yeah, I see a lot of people on it.
I see
Even's got his mask on.
Yeah, there's a mask in there.
I could have done that. Put my
All
mask.
sorts of stuff going on. Oh yeah, so Joe is the guy with the guitar.
Yep.
What's happening with the blind man?
Hey,
Blind
Aaron.
blind eye.
What's up, Sand? What's up?
Sam?
Oh, I was going to ask because I just saw this little thing on the. I wasn't sure if it was for real or not, but it said that people in California are going to have to wear masks in public. Is that true?
Yes. Yeah, I think
Or is that
that's
just some sort of overstatement or what?
No, I know that here in Riverside, people were getting fined in public places for not wearing masks, and this was like a month ago or so. For that first wave, I guess you'd call it. They had laws or temporary regulations or what have you. They had to wear a mask, and the police were giving fines to people like in grocery stores and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a thing now. Newsom will come on the TV and say, "Okay, we got to wear the mask now." So we're back at it. Got to wear those masks.
Yeah, I am.
Right.
That's me.
It's real.
Yeah, I see myself now.
Uncle sees himself in this picture
Yeah, I
wearing
do.
the hat.
Wearing the hat. I didn't realize it because I saw this other guy below me has his eyes closed, folded.
Whole lot going on
What
there.
happened?
Oh yeah, and also all those pictures, all of the pictures that everybody sent me are all going to get posted to Facebook in a couple of weeks when I drop all of that stuff to Facebook, because I do a whole photo album on there. But Twitter, I'm constantly updating the the image in case anybody's wondering. And if you get a hat, I'll squeeze you in on there. Anybody listening who wants one. Still doing that, and we'll be doing that up until July 31st, by the way. So there you go.
Please send him his cards.
Yeah.
And
right.
None of your packages have Age of Transitions or Uncle cards in it because I ran out.
Yes,
Okay.
I know. I got to do a mail day. I'm doing a mail day because I got stuff to send to a lot of people.
I know.
So I'm just going to get everything together
That's what I've been trying
and
to
mail
do.
things out. I'm going to do that. I'm sorry, everybody.
But Uncle's been asking you for months to get the card.
I know. I'm not procrastinating. What can I say?
See, I'm reminding Sidekick Uncle. You see that, right? Okay.
Yeah, I see that. I was doing it too.
Okay, well, I guess we're getting toward the end of the show. So I guess, Sand, why don't you again let listeners of this show, because it is separate from the other one somewhat. Let them know again who you are and where we can find any of your stuff online.
Well, my name's Sand, S-A-N-D, like on the beach. And I'm the only one named Sand Sheff I ever heard of. So Sand Sheff, you punch it in onto the beast, and it'll tell you more than you ever cared to know. And it's you can definitely hear all my music at on my website. It's all, you can listen to it for free, and you can read my books, and there's videos that'll take you over to the eclipse stuff, which is very important to me because, there's an eclipse coming up on the solstice this year, which is a big one coming across the center of Africa into the lower Middle East. And I'm really into eclipses, and
is that a sign?
I'm really into the whole thing. So if you want to hear some of my music or read some of the things I've written, if you punch my name in, things will pop up. Sand Sheff.
Nice.
Thank you so much, Aaron. I just way appreciate you having a space and a spot for what you do in the world, and it's always great to visit with you and Uncle and Chuck. Thanks so much for helping put it all together.
Absolutely. Thanks for being here. And I'll ask you before you go, do you have any shout outs to anyone you'd like to give, Sam? Because we like to do shout outs here sometimes. Would you like to shout out to anyone?
I shout out to all my brothers and sisters on this planet and hope everybody's hanging in there and staying tough and staying aware and observant. That'd be all I'd say.
All right. Nice. Thank you, Sand. Now, Uncle, do you want to do any shout outs?
To our regulars, you know who you are, and a special one, the one that passed away.
Bear. Yeah. Yosemite Bear.
Yeah.
Paul
Bear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. That's your shout outs? Okay. I'll do shout outs to Black Lives Matter. Still an important cause. Shout out there. There you go.
I want to quickly shout out to Ed the Mail Guy and Creative Accidents, both of them especially right now, but also Street Cream. Figure out a way to do contactless delivery on the cards. What can I tell you? And much love. Anyways, sorry, Aaron, go ahead.
No, that's it. So again, Sand, thank you for being here. Thank you, everybody, for listening. The website, again, is down, unclethepodcast.com.
How far is that to get clear?
It's coming back. It's going to be back, but the podcast hasn't gone anywhere. It's still everywhere. You can still listen to it, still subscribe, so do so. It's on all the usual channels, Apple Podcasts and all the rest. So do listen, subscribe, share it. And we got somebody who wants to say something else real quick. So
you can do it. Say something.
Okay, well, maybe not.
Here.
So yes, so this is we're getting toward the end here. Let's see if you have something to say.
Say so.
This is my son Rowan. You want to say something here? Yeah, say whatever you want to say. Say hello.
Hi.
Okay, there he is. Okay, can you say thank you for listening to Uncle the Podcast?
Thank you for listening to Uncle the Podcast.
We'll see you next week.
See you next week.
See you next week, everybody. That's it.